On this video, I'll show you how to finish setting up your Visual Audit program on the laptop that you'll be using. If you have not downloaded the Visual Audit program onto your laptop yet, please stop the video and locate the email that was sent to you with the download instructions. If you have not received the email with the download instructions, contact your trainer and have your trainer send you the email with the Visual Audit download instructions. Once you've downloaded the Visual Audit program to your laptop, you'll see that an icon will pop up on your desktop. What I'd like you to do first is double click on the Visual Audit icon, and that'll open up the program. Now when you first open up the program, you may see that in the middle here the inventory preference box will pop up. If the inventory preferences box does not pop up, what I'd like you to do is go over here to the left hand corner to that icon that looks like a white pad of paper, and I want you to click on that icon. From there, the inventory preferences box will pop up. In the first box, username, I'd like you just to type in your name. Next, you leave in the next box has 45, leave that in there. The next two boxes allow Office to update your cases and required build hours. I want you to put a check mark in each of those boxes. Go to the next tab over, Progress Reports, and click on that box, or on that tab. I want you to now check each box, make sure each one has a check in it. The next tab over, User Flags, we do not use. So I want you to now go down to the button that says OK. Click on that button and it'll close the box. This brings you to your local inventory, and we'll discuss local inventory a little bit later. But the next thing you want to do is go up to your menu to the word Inventory, click on it, and go down to General Preferences. In the General Preference box, how to use Visual Audit, some or all of the boxes might be checked. If none of the boxes are checked or some are checked, put a check in each box. So when you how to use Visual Audit, all boxes are checked. Go down to Security, remember password, go ahead and make sure that's checked. Over on Working Online tab, click on that, how to open audit surveys. Check the middle option, always open for editing. How to open other attachments. Check the bottom option, always open externally. Then click on the OK button to close that box. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back up to inventory again. Now so far everything that we've done is just set up, and you don't have to remember all these steps. This is just the setting up of the software. Now this next step that I'm going to show you is how you are actually going to send and receive your jobs. You click on the menu, in the menu of inventory, you go down to Connect to Office. Now this is your Connect to Office server. Again, this is the portal on how your jobs will be sent and received. So we're going to set this up for you. It's a one-time setup, and again, this is how you'll send and receive your jobs. So I want you to click on the Advanced button, and that'll extend the box. What I'd like you to do now is refer to that download email. At the bottom of the download email, you're going to find your user ID, your password, and host name. So what I'd like you to do on each is either type in or copy and paste each of those to your appropriate box here. So your user ID, again, you can copy and paste, or you can type it in. Your password, again, you should type it in or copy and paste it over. And last is the host name. Again, copy it from the email and bring it over and paste it in, or you can type it in. It's kind of a strange name, so we have you usually copy and paste it in, but I'm going to type it out. It's calaudits.finnovationsinc.com. So that's calaudits.finnovationsinc.com. That's in the host name. The port should already be 9000, timeout 300, and your inventory box is blank. So once you have that all set up, as long as you're connected to the internet, click on Connect, and that will start the process. Here in the status, you're going to see it's going to say various things: connecting to server, attempting to repair any cases that are out of sync, receiving case information, sending case information. That's what you want to see. Now, if we see an error, then there's a problem. If you get an error, I want you to retype in your user ID, your password, and make sure that your host name is correct. A lot of times what I see the problem on is the host name. Typically when somebody either copies it, pastes it in, or types it in, they've left a space after the M. So you'll see my cursor is right there. There should be no space, or there should be no space before the C of Cal Audits. So recheck that and then make sure, again, port 9000, timeout 300. In this case, there was no error. It says done, but if you do receive the error a second time, then you need to contact your trainer for assistance. So it says done. So what we want to do next, we want to go to the close button and click on close. Next thing we're going to do is go over here to where it says case views. We have delinquent cases, open cases, scheduled cases. I'm going to double click on open cases. Now I'm going to expand that window, and you're going to see that jobs are going to pop into your box. These are your inventory, or these are your starting jobs. So from here, we're going to do some more setup. On the open cases, we're going to go ahead and we're going to right click on open cases, and we're going to edit open cases. We're going to go over to the general and sorting tab. In key date field, you want to click on the down arrow, and you want to make sure that you choose master due date option. Next, under period, again, click on the down arrow on the box, and you'll see this is a very long list. You'll want to make sure that you click on all. Sorting, first sort, click on the down arrow on that box, and again, in this list, you'll want to go near the top and you'll want to choose master due date. So key date field should say master due date, period should say all, sorting, first sort, master due date. Next, we want to click on your columns tab. Now this one's already set up correctly, but what we want to see is we want to have your master due date at the very top of the list. Next is date created. If you do not see master due date at the top of the list, what you would do is you would click on it once. You would click on move up button until it is at the very top of your list. To get the date created on yours, what you're going to do is you're going to click on new. You're going to click under field name. You're going to click on the down arrow, and the second option says date created. Your field name should then say date created, header name date created with 100, and click OK. When date created pops up, you'll see it is at the very bottom of your list. You click once to highlight it in blue, and then you'll move it up until it's all the way at the next in line just below the master due date. So since I have a second one here, I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. There are some more columns that you're going to need to add, so you would click on new. Field name, again, drop down. This time you're going to put your arrow down here, and you're going to page down 3 times. You're going to click on that 3 times until you come to Audit City. Field name should say Audit City, header name Audit City with 100. Click OK. You're going to click on the new button again. Again, field name, down arrow. Click your arrow part way down, click it 3 times. This time you're going to find Audit Zip. Your field name should say Audit Zip. Header name should say Audit Zip and width 100. If it doesn't say Audit Zip, just go ahead and replace whatever's in there and just type in Audit Zip and click OK. Now we already have an Audit Zip and an Audit City in there, so I'm going to remove those 2 because we don't need 4 of them. You're going to see just above Audit City and Audit Zip, you're going to see scheduled time. You're going to highlight it in blue, and you're going to click on the Move Down button until it's at the very bottom of your list. So your list should look just identical to this. Master due date first, date created, insured name has attachments, open linking status is priority, policy type, policy expiration, policy carrier, policy number, audit city, audit zip, and schedule time. If one of those are missing, then you either need to click new, you need to go down the list and add it, or if it's in the wrong spot, you need to click highlight it and move it up or down. When your list is identical to the one on the screen, on the training screen, go ahead and click the OK button. What next? I want you to click on the open cases. Now that's going to resort your jobs. They're going to be sorted by due date. The oldest job is going to be on the top. The most recent job or newest job should be at the bottom. All of these columns are sortable. So for instance, if you wanted to sort it by the insured's name, you would go up here to the top of the column and click on insured. It'll then sort that column alphabetically. If you wanted to go up by zip code and group them together or see where they're located, click on zip. Again, it'll bring it numerically. Policy number. So any of these options, you can sort your list at any time. Now back over to open cases. If you double click on open cases again, it's going to go back to the default, which is again due date. You'll notice that all of these columns are expandable. So if you put your cursor in between a line there, it'll make two arrows or a double-sided arrow, and you can stretch out the column as long as you want. The next thing we're going to do is you have received a sample audit. Mine is down here at the very bottom. What I'd like you to do is find your sample audit on your list, and I want you to double click on that sample audit. Now we're not going to get into the audit itself. This is the first page of the audit. It's called the header page. And in this video, we're not going to show you any part of the actual audit. We're just going to finish the setup. What I'd like you to do next is go to the menu, to the word File, click on File. I'd like you to go down to Audit Preferences. In the first tab, General tab, there's two boxes, Count Forms and Auto Save. I'd like you to put a check in each of those boxes. Next, auditor name. I want you to put your first, middle, and last initial. Not your full name, just your first, middle, and your last initial. That auditor name is what's going to pop up into this box down here where it says Cal Audits KM, which we do not want. We actually just want the auditor's initial, all caps, first, middle, last. On company, go ahead and type in Cal Audits. Default state for most of you is going to be CA for California. If you're located in a different state, you can ask your trainer what state to put in there. But most of the audits we're performing are California CA. How to move the cell frame after pressing enter. You want to choose your middle option, move it to the right. The next tab, Forms, click on that. And this is mostly a personal preference. Default colors of the audit form is white and gray, and you'll look behind the box and you'll see everything is white and gray. You can choose, click down on the down arrow, you can choose any color scheme you would like on both boxes, and you can have your audit look completely different than ours. We just like to stick with boring white and gray. It doesn't affect the audit in any way. When it gets sent into the office, then it comes into the office, it'll just be plain white and gray like we have it here. Maximum image size, just leave that number in there. Go to the next tab, which is called Template. Click on that tab. Default Workers' Compensation Template File Name. I'd like you to click on the down arrow on that box and choose the first option, 70 Standard WCGO Garage. I'd like you to do that same for the first four boxes. So I want you to click on each, 70 Standard WCGO Garage. Same with that one. Same with that one. The last one is surveys. We don't do surveys. So as long as the first 4 boxes are all marked 70 standard WC garage, you can go ahead and click OK. Okay, most of our setup is complete so far. We've got just a little bit more to go. So the next thing I would like you to do is I'd like you to go up to the upper right hand corner. You're going to see a big X, and right below that is a small x. I want you to click on the small x, and that is going to close the audit itself, and it's going to bring you back to your inventory sheet. Now again, this is something that your trainer is going to review with you when you go over the visual audit program. The trainer is going to show you your inventory. They're going to show you how to pull out the PDF for the audit assignment for each job and so on. Again, this video is we're concentrating on just finishing setting up your visual audit program. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to go over here to your reports folder. What I'd like you to do is right click on the reports folder, and I want you to add report. First report we're going to add is case views. So I want you to go ahead and type in case views. I want you to click on the down arrow and choose case information. Click on settings and either make sure there's a check in each box. If any of the checks are missing, put a check in those. All boxes are checked. I want you to click OK and OK. Now you'll see that there's a plus next to that folder. Click on the plus and you'll notice your case views is now showing. Okay, we're going to add 4 more. I want you to right click on reports, go to add report. The next report we're going to add is your signature form. So I want you to go ahead and type in signature form in the first box. Drop down in the next box. This one is going to be RTF letters. Click on that. And then I'd like you to click on settings. At the very top, manual select RTF letter. I would like you to click on the box and choose signature form. Go down to these 4 boxes. I only want you to check the first one, add a progress report, and 4th one, allow form fields from attachments to be used. I want you to click on that one. On this one, I would like you to add your name. I'd like you to add your phone number. Your fax number. And your email address. When you're done filling out those boxes, I want you to go up and click on OK. And then I'm going to click on OK again, and that's going to add your signature form. Next, we're going to add another form. We're going to go to Add Form. This time we're going to type in Return Letter. Go down to the drop box, RTF Letters, Settings. Go to the top, manually select RTF letter. We're going to click on the down arrow. We're going to choose Return Letter. We're going to check your first box, your 4th box. Type in your name. Go over here to phone number. Your fax number. And your email address. When those boxes are filled out and those boxes are checked, you go ahead and click on OK. 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 So we've got 3 so far. We're going to add 2 more. Right click on reports. Go to add report. This time we're going to type in appointment letter. We're going to drop down box. We're going to go to RTF letters. We're going to click on settings. We're going to go up here to manually select RTF letter. We're going to click down. We're going to click on appointment letter. Again, check the first box, fourth box. Down here, type in your name, type in your phone number. I know it's repetitious, but you'll only have to do this once on all of these. Once you've edited each one of these letters and forms, you'll never have to do this again. So again, it's a little repetitious, but once we're done with this, you're finished. Fax number and email address. Okay, when all the boxes are filled in and checked, go click OK and OK. All right, one more to go. Right click on reports, go to add report. This one is going to be our scheduling letter. Go to the book down to the next box, drop down to RTF letters, settings. Go up to manually select RTF letter. Click on the down arrow and choose scheduling letter. Go ahead, check the first box, fourth box. Go down to name, type in your name, your phone number, your fax number, and your email address. Okay, all boxes filled out and checked. Go ahead and click OK and then OK. Now, in your reports, you've got all your appointment letters, case views, return letter, scheduling letter, and signature form. So, as long as you have all of those, you've got your open cases. Your final setup for your audit program is complete. At this point, again, you're going to get together with your trainer. Your trainer is then going to teach you how to use Visual Audit, the program itself, how to navigate it, how to use it. Going to talk about and go through the different reports here, your letters, your forms, and teach you how to use the audit program. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, and if you have any questions after this video, contact your trainer. Thank you.